tell you now, we're messing with things that we shouldn't be messing with.
Yo, what the? What was that? What the fuck was that? What is that?
They thought it was just another peaceful night under the stars, until the forest went silent. What happened next? Well, let's just say, not everything that watches you in the woods has eyes you can see. Welcome back to Silent Nightmare, where every shadow has a story, and every story might just be real. This chilling video was captured by Franco, a well-known YouTuber you might recognize from his channel, Franco TV. Known for his calm, grounded personality, Franco has become a familiar face in the world of paranormal exploration. He's no stranger to fear, having spent over a decade investigating some of the world's most haunted locations, often venturing out alone in the dead of night. While most people wonder why anyone would willingly enter such terrifying environments, for Franco, this is exactly what fuels his passion. Exploring the unknown and uncovering the forgotten is what drives him. On June 5th, 2024, Franco set out on yet another eerie adventure. It was a warm summer evening, the perfect weather for a nighttime exploration. But little did he know, this would turn into one of the most disturbing experiences of his life. His destination, a cemetery in Florida, rumored to be one of the most haunted places in the area. Over the years, Franco had heard countless chilling stories about the site. Ghostly apparitions, shadowy figures, and restless spirits wandering the grounds. But the dangers weren't just paranormal. The cemetery was also known for squatters, grave robbers, and even criminal activity. Visiting alone and at night made it a risky mission. But for Franco, that only added to the challenge.
Drive in, it's just me. I walked in here, I have my gear on me in a book bag that I have set right over there, and I'm gonna kind of walk deeper in here, seeing what I can see. That being said, those of you who are wondering, I'm not in India. I'm here in Florida. I will be leaving soon, and the adventures overseas will continue. But as of right now, I was just visiting my family. But I do want to see and get to the bottom of what the hell's going on in the back mausoleum. Let's get into it. So you could see how dark it is. It may not look like much, but further deep in there, there's a big mausoleum, and there's another mausoleum towards the back. And then there's a forest that trickles through certain roads, but they're like dangerous roads, so people go in and out doing drugs and stuff. But this place also has a creepy lore of being haunted, and a lot of it's probably spoken by the people doing the drugs, which is weird because they're probably seeing things. But let's see what happens. I'm not sure. Nobody really goes through here because this place gets pretty dangerous.
He arrived at the cemetery just as the final traces of daylight disappeared. Logging in to update his viewers, he shared his plan for the night: to explore the mausoleum at the heart of the cemetery, and, if possible, make contact with the spirit said to haunt the area. With his night vision camera in hand, Franco carefully made his way through the dark, eerie cemetery toward the mausoleum. But before he could even get close, something caught his attention.
Oh, I saw a light back there. See it? Kind of blinking. There it is, you see it? Somebody has a light on in the dark. I'm gonna turn off my light. You guys get a better feel for how far out everything is. Oh, there it is again. It's right in the center there. Oh, there it is. Alright, there is a light. I can see that in my kind of normal eye spectrum as well.
In the distance, a light began flickering. It looked like a flashlight moving through the trees, coming toward the cemetery from the woods. Franco paused, watching closely. Though the sight was unsettling, it didn't seem like an immediate threat, so he pressed on with his exploration. But things quickly got stranger.
I've been walking for a little bit now. I'm now getting close to the mausoleum, which is right in front of me. Now, while I was walking, I did see another flashlight or some sort of light come from the mausoleum here. But I'm a good almost 40 feet away from it. I want to see if I can see it again. Wait. Right around there. Towards the entrance. This isn't even the mausoleum where I saw the pale person. That's further up there. This is just right here next to me. Look. You see it? I just saw another flashlight. It's like reflecting off the wall. Hold on, I'm gonna turn off my IRs. I'm hearing something inside. But I'm not seeing anything.
A second flashlight beam suddenly appeared. This one aimed directly at a wall. The disturbing part? No one seemed to be holding it. And if that wasn't creepy enough, loud groaning noises echoed from inside the mausoleum. Could someone be inside? A homeless person taking shelter, perhaps? Franco didn't know. He reminded himself that people in such situations can be unpredictable, and not always safe to approach.
Listen. It sounds like talking. Down there is the area that I just finished walking from. You see the light from the building? That's the building it just came from. Jesus Christ. I'm not seeing the light anymore. Now I'm just hearing something. Again, I have not used any flashlight. Oh, this is infrared. No night vision. And yes, if you guys are wondering, I am armed. I just heard a noise. Right over here. The last time I came in here was completely quiet. What was that noise? It sounded like somebody struggling to breathe. I just got it again. Let's see what it is. What was that? I just switched to my other night vision because you guys get a better view. But I'm not getting anything. For a split second, I could have sworn I was going to run into something. I'm not being as cautious as I usually am. I'm just going to see if I can record and see whatever I can get. I keep hearing what sounds like footsteps. On the outside or something moving.
Still recording, he carefully approached the source of the noise. But when he arrived, there was nothing. The groaning had stopped. No one was there. Just silence, broken by faint footsteps fading into the distance. The sounds had been so clear. How could no one be there? It was unsettling to say the least. Despite the growing unease, Franco pushed forward. He wasn't ready to give up just yet.
The mausoleum is right up through here. It's behind this tree. Line area. What the hell is that? I There's somebody up there. Or is that a tomb? I don't know what the hell that is. I think I just heard a whistle. It's moving. That could be where I was seeing the light coming from in the beginning. It's crouching. Holy shit. That thing is tall. That is really tall. And they're wearing like a gown or something. Or a hood. And they responded to my whistle. I thought that was a freaking tombstone or something.
As he neared the mausoleum, something made his heart drop. A figure stood hunched over a grave, dressed in what appeared to be a long white robe. Gathering his courage, Franco let out a whistle, hoping to provoke a reaction. To his shock, the figure whistled back. It wasn't afraid to reveal itself, and that made Franco even more uneasy.
That could be a homeless person. Let me turn off the IR. This is literally what I see. You could barely see it. Holy shit, that thing is tall. The fuck are they doing? They're literally responding to my whistle. I don't even know what they're doing. It looks like they're going back into the forest. They're definitely making their way into the woods. I almost can't even see them anymore. They just whistled. Oh, that is creepy. I can't even see them anymore. I literally lost visual. They just started walking deeper towards the road. The thing is, the mausoleum that I'm trying to get to is right over here on the corner.
The figure slowly began to move, heading toward the mausoleum, the same place Franco had been trying to reach. He decided to follow, keeping a safe distance and trying not to be seen.
Oh my god. My foot just fell in a hole. Oh, it smells weird. Some smells burnt. Oh, that's weird. I just got a weird... It still smells like it. It smells like burning. Like a campfire burn. Oh, God. That smell's getting stronger.
Step by step, he made his way closer, breathing heavily, the tension clearly weighing on him. Then, as he stepped out of a sheltered structure, the whistling echoed again.
I can't tell where it's coming from. I think it's coming from over here. Listen.
Could they see him? His lights were off. He was using only his night vision camera, but something about it felt wrong, as if he was being watched.
They're lit. I'm not gonna whistle back. I am definitely not gonna whistle back. Holy shit. I am fucking freaking out right now. Holy shit. It's definitely coming from this way.
The whistling grew louder, sending chills down Franco's spine. Scanning the area with his camera, he searched for the source, and that's when he saw it.
What the hell is that? Oh, what the fuck is that? Holy.
A figure dressed in white, with pitch black eyes, staring directly at him. It was as if it could see him, even in complete darkness. Heart pounding, Franco made a split-second decision. He ran. He flicked on his flashlight, desperate to escape the cemetery and get back to safety. His plan was simple: get to the car and leave.
God damn it, I can't see. I can't go over there. What the fuck was that? I am literally ready to just fucking leave. That scared the hell out of me. I wasn't expecting that thing to move. For a minute when I was looking at it, it looked like it didn't look real. It looked like a mannequin head. I don't know, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys, whatever you guys think that was. I don't currently feel safe going back in towards the mausoleum, but what I want to do is that I feel safer being in my truck. I want to go back towards my truck, towards the front of the neighborhood, or the cemetery, pick up my truck from the parking lot, drive it back in here, and I'm gonna just drive through.
Once inside his car, Franco considered the possibility that what he'd seen wasn't supernatural. Maybe it was just a statue, or a mannequin someone had placed there. To be sure, he turned on his headlights and aimed them back at the area. What he saw left him speechless.
Lock the doors, in case somebody tries to walk into my truck. Alright, it's right over here. This is how dark it is over there. Look at this. Turn on my light. Let me get my flashlight. I'm literally steering the car right now while I'm driving. It was right up there. It's gone. Oh, that shit makes me nervous. I'm out of here. Nope. That fucker's around here.
The figure was gone. Franco sat in stunned silence as the realization sank in. He hadn't been alone after all. Someone, or something, had been watching him. Without wasting another second, he drove off, leaving the haunted cemetery behind. Fortunately, he made it out unharmed. But the memory still lingers. When he uploaded the footage to YouTube, Franco admitted the encounter continues to haunt him. It was an experience he'll never forget, and not for the right reasons. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and to thank you for being part of this horror-loving community, we're giving away a special gift once we hit that milestone. If you haven't already, subscribe now, turn on notifications, and stay tuned, because things are about to get even scarier. Gaz, an experienced outdoorsman, set off on another wild camping trip with his loyal dog, Fendi. What was meant to be a peaceful escape into nature quickly turned into something far more unsettling. Their journey began near a quiet lake. On the way down, Gaz noticed an abandoned tent, something he made a mental note to check out later. After a full day of hiking through forests and past waterfalls, Gaz and Fendi returned to their campsite, soaking in the tranquility of the wild.
What's he there? What are you doing, mate? I'd be scared then.
And here we are, home for night.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
And there she is. What do you think to me? New tent. Well, it's not a new tent, but I've dyed it. So it's a new tent to me. Got night vision goggles back on, so you can see me. And then we'll go find the druid's altar.
What are you doing? Oh yeah.
He brewed some coffee and sat by the fire, but just as the calm settled in, strange noises echoed from the trees. A loud crash jolted Gaz to his feet. Something, or someone, was out there.
What was that? Did you hear that? Definitely sounded like a tree falling down from over there somewhere.
Kept hearing stuff up behind me. And then, big crash right over there, but I can't see out through trees. Predator.
At first, he told himself it was just wildlife, but the uneasy feeling lingered. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the darkness seemed to press in around them. Then, they found it.
I can hear rustling over here, but don't know if it's just my imagination playing tricks on me. Oh, this is a bit dodgy, innit? Be careful, mate.
Oh, look at this.
A strange, man-made structure built entirely out of stone. This wasn't just a pile of rocks. Someone had taken real time to build it. They pushed on until they arrived at the forgotten camp. Cautiously, Gaz approached the old tent. Scattered belongings lay all around, as if someone had been living there, or maybe something worse.
Yeah, tawny owls going off their heads down there. 3 of them. There it is over there. There it is, look, the tent. Hello? Hello? There's rubbish everywhere.
Just looks like kids have been in here. Oh, I don't know. Oh, there you go. That answers it, doesn't it? Fendi, shit me pants then, mate. Oh, look. Bong there and cream of tomato soup.
Just heard something splashing about down there. And they stop moving about and grunting, you muppet. Must be out.
In the shadows nearby, he discovered a small concrete structure. Inside, an upside-down Bible sat open, filled with strange cryptic writing.
Oh, the way they're even coming here. Holy Bible. That says the end there. Is it upside down? Why would it be upside down? It's Genesis, the first passage of the Bible, I don't know. It's got some scribbling on there. Can't make out what it says. Mary Ann something or other. Eastwood, Todmorden, 1995. That's creepy, isn't it? Upside down Bible.
The air suddenly felt colder, the forest darker. Was it a warning? A ritual? Gaz wasn't sure, but he'd seen enough. Shaken, he and Fendi returned to camp, unsure if they had just crossed paths with the supernatural, or something far more dangerous. Would you have stayed or run? This is Dan, the admired YouTuber behind the channel Cursed Urban, well known for his thrilling outdoor camping adventures. He's always on the lookout for the most remote, lush, and expansive forests to film his vlogs. With the camera rolling, Dan invites his audience to join him as he captures and shares every moment of his explorations. This time, however, Dan is embarking on a solo expedition, one unlike any other. He's heading deep into a forest infamous for its dark legends and chilling secrets. It's a bitterly cold November night, and Dan is prepared for another adventure. What he doesn't realize is that this one will be far from ordinary.
Hi guys, welcome back to Cursed Urban. I'm your host Dan, and we are out here today on another camping adventure. I got out here pretty early. As you can hear, there's still people around, kids playing hide and seek, other campers, I think actually just packing up and leaving. Very spirited day.
The day begins like any other. Dan has found the perfect camping spot, nestled in the heart of the dense forest. After setting up camp with a tent, a grill, and a bonfire, he ventures off on a hike to explore the wild surroundings. This isn't just any forest. It's known as the Forest of Madness, or, more ominously, Wendow Forest. Locals whisper about eerie sightings of a terrifying creature known as the Wendigo, a thin, skeletal figure with glowing eyes and, at times, antlers. Originating from Algonquin legends, the Wendigo represents hunger, cannibalism, and the loss of humanity, often associated with cold, desolate forests. But the Wendigo isn't the only legend haunting this place. Rumors of wandering spirits and ghostly apparitions have earned the forest a fearful reputation. Not exactly the ideal spot to spend the night alone. But for Dan, That's exactly the point. With his spirit talker device in hand, Dan pushes forward, eager to uncover the truth.
So I'm going to try and find a location on that. And if I can, then we're gonna go out there this evening. No matter how far it is, but I don't know if I can find it. Did you guys hear that? That was a whistle. For sure coming from the trees. Very clear.
As he walks deeper into the woods, a sudden sharp whistle echoes from directly behind him. Alarmed, he spins around, but there's no one there. It's an unsettling moment that sets the tone for the night ahead.
There is a chance that there could be some guys like mountain biking back there, or, some people still like walking. So it could just be them. That was really weird. That was a pretty loud whistle too. And we've been getting all those weird answers on Spirit Talker. I don't know, dude. I don't have a good feeling about this area.
Trying to stay calm, Dan addresses his viewers, admitting that something doesn't feel right. Still, curiosity drives him onward. Following the signals from his spirit talker, he makes his way to a secluded pond, allegedly the site of a young girl's murder. Local stories claim her spirit still lingers there. The tension builds as footsteps suddenly rustle through the bushes nearby.
Oh yeah, we're by the pond right here. And Spirit Talker did tell us that there is something by the water. I'm trying to hold this light. There we go. Oh, dude. I just heard somebody walking. And when I shine a light over that way, it stopped. Hello? It sounded like footprints or footsteps. I'm sure you guys can hear it in the video. What the Dude, that was weird. Hello? That's one of the things about this forest, like I said. People report hearing like footsteps behind them and somebody following them, and they turn around, nobody's there. That's a very common occurrence here.
Dan swings his flashlight toward the sound, but once again, no one is in sight. Could it be the spirit of the girl? Or is someone out there, silently watching from the trees? Shaken but determined, Dan returns to camp, gathers firewood, and lights his campfire, trying to reclaim a sense of normalcy. For a while, it's quiet, peaceful even, but the stillness doesn't last.
What the? Dude, what was that?
Trespassing. I will hear.
Trespassing, I will hear. Yo, dude, that... No way. No. Holy sh... Dude, that... What the... Dude, what... Yo, what are the chances of that? That was loud. That was stupid loud. And then as soon as that happened, I will hear... Or trespassing, and then I will hear right away.
A loud snapping sound cracks through the darkness, startling Dan to his feet. He scans the area, but finds no source. Just as he tries to settle again, The same eerie whistle from earlier pierces the silence.
Snow covered.
Guys, that was that exact same whistle that we heard.
Ominous warnings.
Ominous warnings.
Dan is sure it's the same sound, only this time it's closer. Hoping for some rest, Dan eventually retreats to his tent. He signs off for the night and tries to fall asleep, but a sudden disturbance jolts him awake.
Yo, what the? Yo, what the is? So I woke up. It sounded like something was hitting the top of my tent. Lantern won't work. Come on, you piece of shit. Come on. Yeah, the lantern's screwed. So it sounded like something was hitting the top of my tent. I'm sure you guys heard it. It was loud enough to wake me up. I know I was out. But my alarm didn't go off, so I haven't been out that long. Something's walking around my tent right now. Oh. What is that?
Disoriented, he scrambles for his camera, making sure it's still recording. At that very moment, footsteps crunch outside the tent. Dan freezes. After a tense pause, he musters the courage to unzip the tent and peer outside. And that's when he sees it.
Yo. What the was that? Holy.
Someone is wandering near his campsite. Shocked and uncertain of who or what it could be, Dan steps out, hoping to find an explanation. Maybe it was just falling branches, he tells himself. But the footsteps? That's harder to explain.
It sounded like something was being thrown at the top of my tent. Maybe these pieces of wood? These sticks right here? Yeah, it sounded like something hit my tent. That was loud enough to wake me up. And then it sounded like something was definitely walking around. We definitely heard those footsteps for sure.
With no further disturbances, he cautiously retreats back into the tent and listens intently. The footsteps don't return. For Dan, though, the damage is done.
Alright guys, I'm packing up right now. Just getting a few last shots of the area for the video. It's late. It's late. I didn't hear anything else. I sat around for a bit. And yeah, nothing. Didn't hear anything. Nothing came back to the site. Yeah, it's kind of whatever.
Not wanting to risk a confrontation with whoever was lurking in the shadows, he makes the decision to pack up and leave at first light. Fortunately, he made it out safely. But whoever was out there that night, and why they were there, remains a mystery. Bear is known for his fearless adventures, including solo camping trips and explorations of abandoned buildings across the globe, all documented on his YouTube channel, Exploring with Bear. In this chilling clip, Bear takes us on a truck camping journey to a forest that harbors a historic haunted cemetery, a place cloaked in eerie legends of ghostly sightings and notorious Bigfoot encounters. It's November 26, 2024. Bear arrives at the forest under the cover of night. Though well prepared for the biting cold, he's excited for the experience that lies ahead, blissfully unaware of the nightmare that was about to unfold.
Let's show you what we're working with for 23 degrees. We do got our wood burner. We got our pot for heating up some stuff. Bag, bunch of wool blankets, an extra flannel. I got a flannel, a hoodie on right now. Got my bag, more waters and everything. So 23 degrees, probably even colder by the time it gets later, you know. So can we stay warm? That's the question. That's what I can't wait to find out.
Eager to embrace the night, Bear ventures out on foot toward the nearby haunted cemetery. But as he draws closer, a noticeable shift in the atmosphere takes place.
Oh my goodness. Forget, I think the cemetery's actually in here a bit good ways too. Oh. I got a terrible feeling. Terrible. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh. Oh. Crap. That's behind us. We just came from there. No, that was way too close. Way too close. I'm gonna try to get some distance from that. That did not sound like Nate. That was something did that. Man, I'm trying to walk really quiet. Oh man, the ground's frozen. I don't hear anything else. Oh my goodness. Man, that is close. That's close to the truck too.
The stillness of the forest is suddenly pierced by a strange sound echoing from the direction of his parked truck. Despite a growing sense of unease settling in his gut, Bear presses forward, determined to reach the cemetery.
Okay. Man, it is ooh, this might be it. I think we found it. Now, last time there was like 3 or 4 deer. Let's see if we can see any deer. What is that?
Upon arrival, he surveys the quiet, shadow-draped graveyard, recalling a deer he had seen during a previous visit. But just as he's scanning the headstones, something catches his attention.
What is that? Oh, it just moved. What is that? Oh, it just moved.
At first, everything seems normal. Then he spots a figure in the distance, standing motionless among the gravestones. As Bear stares, the figure slowly turns to face him. Overcome with fear, Bear makes a snap decision to run. Sprinting back to his truck, heart pounding, he's gripped by the terrifying feeling that he's being followed. The haunting possibility that the figure wasn't alone convinces him to abandon his camping trip altogether. Shaken and full of questions, Bear drives away from the forest, unable to forget what he saw. Who could have been at the cemetery on such a bitterly cold, deserted night? Was it tied to some kind of ritual? Or was it something even darker? The mystery remains, adding yet another chilling layer to the cemetery's haunted reputation. This clip comes from John, an avid biker who documents his solo off-track adventures on his YouTube channel, Gelb Builder. In this video, John takes us along on a stealth camping trip deep in the forest, hoping for a calm and peaceful evening. It's May 28th, 2023. Eager for a new experience, John heads to his chosen campsite under the cover of darkness, careful to keep the location of his hidden spots a secret.
All right, heading off right now to a secret stealth location. This is a little bit different. This will be done in the middle of the night. Crazy stuff. It's a top secret location. All right, and here we are. This is it. It's going to be pitch black here. Anyways, let's get set up, shall we?
He begins setting up camp, unaware that the night ahead holds more than just quiet solitude. With his tent pitched and a fire crackling, John relaxes with a cup of tea, enjoying the soothing stillness of the forest. For the next hour, he unwinds by the fire, taking in the peaceful atmosphere.
The only thing I can hear are the crickets, the spiders crawling around. I can hear the planes flying across the sky. Apart from that, it's just the sounds of the forest here. It's really, really nice. This flame's almost out. That means it's almost bedtime. Still some heat coming out from this, eh? This is fantastic.
As the flames start to die down, John decides to call it a night. He crawls into his tent, hoping for a restful sleep.
Anywho, that's it. Let's hit the hay and have a good night's rest. Catch you in the morning.
But just as he begins to drift off, a sudden sound jolts him awake.
Honestly, once again, in the middle of the night, some guy comes along and confronts me here at my stealth camping location. I could hear a rock splashing in the pool nearby. I thought it was maybe just a stick falling. And then I heard another splosh, something else. I thought another branch or something fell. Didn't think too much more of it. And then a light flashed across my tent. And I'm inside the tent, and then I hear footsteps walking by, and this person's not making any sound, and is approaching my tent and going up to my bike, literally right.
A loud splash cuts through the silence, like something being thrown into the nearby pond. Moments later, he hears the unmistakable crunch of footsteps approaching his bike. Alert and on edge, John calls out into the darkness, hoping someone will answer. But he's met with nothing but silence. Gathering his courage, he unzips his tent, determined to confront whoever, or whatever, is out there. The intruder, realizing they've been spotted, bolts into the dark forest without a trace. It seems they were likely after John's bike, but weren't looking for a confrontation. Still, the experience leaves John rattled and uneasy. What do you think was the most disturbing encounter on this list? Have you ever experienced something unexplainable while camping? Let us know in the comments below.